When it comes to sustainability, and many people ask, more typical like, what is your carbon footprint measurement? What is your, the numbers are good and you have them, and that's very nice. And you need to have the numbers in order to be able to measure. But the actual benefit of a sustainable ecosystem is the fact that you revived the village and you brought youth, you brought people that work and they made their own business now, and they work and they thrive. And the village now, it's reoperating. So this is for me our biggest accomplishment when it comes to the sustainable practices.
Welcome, my dear friends. Welcome to Business Talk. Welcome to Talk Zone podcast here in UCLan Cyprus. Today, I'm very happy that we have with us Mr. Akis Christodoulou, representing Casale Panayiotis. Welcome, Akis. Welcome to our podcast.
Thank you very much. Really happy to be here.
Thank you for being here with us today. We're going to have a very interesting discussion, which is going to be around sustainable development and rural development here in Cyprus. We discuss eco-friendly practices and renewable energy to cultural preservation and community-led tourism, and as well as what destination management should really look like in an island like Cyprus. I would like to get started by introducing myself a little bit. My name is Dr. Iordanis Katemliadis. I'm a lecturer of destination management and tourism, and I'm a course leader for the postgraduate for the Master of Hospitality Tourism and Event Management here in UCLan Cyprus. Mr. Akis, which we have in front of me, is MICE, which stands for Meeting Incentives and Conventions Business Executive, as well as Environmental, Social and Governance Specialist with more than 18 years of experience working in different countries like Greece, Portugal, Cyprus, obviously. And we're going to have hopefully a very interesting discussion about sustainable development and rural development here in Cyprus. Would you like, Akis, to start with describing a little bit about yourself and what is your job role in Casale Panayiotis?
Sure. As you said, I work in Casale Panayiotis, and my current position there is I am the supervisor, the manager of the ESG strategy of Casale Panayiotis hotel. And also I am in charge of the training of the staff in all the internal trainings that concern this department, as well as many other fields related to the hospitality industry. I have been in Casale Panayiotis for the past 4 years, and we continue working in that direction towards sustainability, towards regeneration and regenerative hospitality, which is something we will discuss also in the time to come.
Casale Panayiotis is a 5-star property, part of the small luxury hotels of the world, and a very interesting case study, I think, for the Cypriot standards and generally for the Mediterranean standards. Would you like to talk about how this project came about? How did you start? How this project materialized in such a place like in a small village?
Of course.
Like Casale Panayiotis.
I will make a small correction. It's not considered a 5-star property because it is considered an agrotouristical resort. And as such, the categorization is a little bit different. However, in that category, it's on the highest standard.
I think we visited this hotel with my colleagues last year, so definitely it's a 5-star property,
yeah,
5-star standards.
Definitely, yes. But let's say officially, we are not under that. But we would very much like to consider ourselves offering a 5-star level of service. So, how it started? As our owner, Mr. Giannakis Papadouris, said very, very well, and it's our primary way of thinking and the way we go forward. Mr. Papadouris said when he initiated this project, it was not his intention to make a business. his intention was to revive a village. So basically, Mr. Giannakis Papadouris, who is the person behind the whole project and behind the whole hotel, he was away for many years, abroad, working abroad, and in the back of his mind, he always wanted his the birthplace and the place that he was born and raised to give back to it. Casale Panayiotis, back then, it was a village that was dying. Not many people were visiting. Many people were leaving the village to go to the city to find jobs or something like that. So gradually, the village was going into...
Was declining little by little,
yes, it was declining. So at some point, some years ago, Mr. Giannakis decided to start buying some houses around the village in order to convert them into rooms that can be used for accommodation. It started with 10 rooms. Gradually, they obtained also one restaurant. Eventually, this grew and grew. He bought also some other houses, made a very, very nice spa, luxurious spa, one of the best actually in Cyprus, to be honest, and added another 2 restaurants, giving the current form of the hotel, which is 40 rooms, 3 restaurants, 1 very nice spa, a meeting room with very nice facilities, and
last time we visited also, there were other projects underway, like the winery, I think.
Yes,
yeah, isn't it?
the winery is now completed. I mean, it was in works for many years. It's been operational for the past 2 years, and it's the latest addition to the family. It's not in the same company of Casale Panayiotis, but the owner, Mr. Giannakis, actually is the same, and it is part of the family. It is a project which makes the ecosystem of Casale Panayiotis and the hospitality services we provide, it completes it very well, because many guests can visit the winery, either staying at the hotel or not, and then vice versa. They can go to the hotel, and then one gives extra energy to the other.
So I think it's a complementary project to the
yes.
to the hotel itself, and
it works on its own. It is a different entity, a unique entity, and it complements the hotel in that sense. Yes,
both of them are an exquisite location, to be honest. Both of them in a very beautiful location. So that was my impression from the
winery specifically. It is
overlooking like the whole region.
It is
amazing.
Amazing. It's a building which whoever looks at it just stays and without words, because it's in the top of the mountain. The view is incredible. The vineyards are right underneath. Opposite, you can see the village of Casale Panayiotis and the hotel as well. It's a magnificent project.
On a personal note, Akis, because you worked in many different countries, you specialize, you worked in the meetings industry, in incentive industry, MICE, and what made you discover that part of the industry? What made you focus on that sustainability part of the industry? What was the starting point to?
It came out of nowhere, I would say. I came to Casale Panayiotis in 2021. To Casale Panayiotis, and my initial role was at the MICE, events organization, replacing a colleague that was back then in maternity leave. So for 6 months I was handling all these duties there. At some point she came back because maternity leave finished. So our manager, who is very into sustainability on his own, because he was also working in many other countries with sustainability as a top priority, as well as our managing director, Mrs. Alexa Papadouris, the daughter of Mr. Giannakis, who is now our managing director. They were both very, very focused on and very keen on sustainability practices for the hotel. Many of which we were doing already, but nothing was registered or recorded or structured, let's say. So at some point when my other colleague came, our manager, Mr. Patrick Desi, offered me the position of the ESG supervisor in order to start putting everything in order. I was aware a little bit of the ESG,
because many people, what they think about sustainability is basically recycling. That's what most people are aware,
including me back then. But once I said yes, and I started working specifically on this project. They gave me the time, they gave me the facilities, the tools, the resources to dig deep into it. So I had trainings, I learned on the go, I learned through experience also, and we managed to come to a very, very nice level in this field, which came both through training as we were going forward, but also through the actions and the things that the hotel was already doing. And these are, for me, the most important things that we do. The things that we already did before we started applying sustainability in a more structured way.
So there are a lot of exciting things happening in the hotel. Can you discuss a little bit, can you describe us a little bit? We were there like a year ago with my colleagues. We saw a lot of exciting projects. Can you explain us 2 or 3 things that you're doing in your hotel?
Sure.
Which are part of the sustainability agenda?
Of course. We have many of things running. I would focus on 3 or 4, which I think are the most important. The first one has to do with the waste management of the hotel. We have a very intensive waste management program, which includes organic waste being composted through a specific a machine which can take up to 75 kilo of organic waste per day. And in 24 hours, these can be...
Because organic waste is a big problem in the industry.
It's huge.
It's huge, yeah.
It's huge. I mean, the amounts of organic waste from the various restaurants, breakfast,
bars,
leftovers, whatever it is, it's huge. And it's one of the biggest problems in the hospitality industry generally.
And if you're a small property generally, think about the other seasonal hotels or running on the coast, which are massive. And
it's massive, so it makes it's multiplied. Although we are a small property, we do have 3 restaurants though, which it makes a lot. We still produce a lot. So what we've done is we purchased this very specific machine that converts the organic waste 75 kilos into approximately 20 kilo of compost per day. And only this basically reduced our monthly waste volume, which ends up in the landfill, I mean, almost by 70%, more than 65%. It's been decreased.
60%,
Before that, it was really difficult to handle all the organic, which created more other problems as well. But after that, everything was clean. Everything was.
So that's a massive improvement, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
We also included balers, which compress plastic and paper cartons into cubes, so that can be also. You decrease again the volume massively. Maybe this is even more. The volume decreases maybe by 80% even. Our only problem is that we do all these things, but we don't have the support of the. I will go to the more broad broadly speaking. We don't have the support of the government, if you want to say, I don't know, because there is no actual collection for plastic or paper in the mountain, at least in Casale Panayiotis, that can be done directly. So what we have to do, we collect all these cubes that we make, we send them into the nearest green point with our own expenses, with our own cars, and we take it from there. The only thing we get collected from and we do recycling is the glass, which is very fortunate because we have the winery also. Imagine.
So you can use it as well as a material for the winery, yeah?
Yeah. We have 3 bells, collective bells that you put the glass in there, and then once it's full, they come and collect. But glass is the only one that can be collected.
That you can reuse it. Exactly. To your point, zooming out a little bit from the hotel, what do you think? Because you're a property situated in a mountain village.
Yes.
What are the major problems, or a rural village generally? What are the major problems you're facing, like a property situated in Casale Panayiotis? We had a little bit of discussion before about the problems or the road, or what are the major issues, which I guess it prevents from other properties or from other business people to invest in rural Cyprus?
That's a very, very good question, and very it's on point because the Deputy Ministry of Tourism, for the past at least 2-3 years that I've been going to various conferences, they try to emphasize on mountain resorts, on mountain hospitality, on shifting the visitors. I don't want to use the word tourist, especially for the mountains. It's visitors for me. Try to shift them towards the mountains, and this is very nice. However, there are significant obstacles, like obviously the roads. I understand that it's been in progress. It
took us more than an hour to get to Casale Panayiotis, but more or less,
with many problems. The road is not the best.
They're fixing it, I think.
They will make a new road, although from what I've heard, there are some obstacles in some of the villages. They want to go from another route instead of the road they planned. So it will take some time. So obviously,
accessibility is the major issue. Then, therefore,
accessibility.
Is there a bus taking you there to Casale Panayiotis, or someone who? A tourist or a visitor?
You have to switch 3 buses from Nicosia.
That's another issue then, yeah?
It's not an easy thing to do. Yeah. It can take you anywhere from... If you take your car from Nicosia to Casale Panayiotis, normally it's less than an hour, about an hour or a bit less. With a bus, I think it should be about close to 2 hours. And you have to switch buses. So connectivity is one. Infrastructure is another. I mean, the villages like Casale Panayiotis, which is one of the Christmas villages of Cyprus. It's the parking space. Although we have a dedicated parking space, the visitors, the numbers are increasing by the year, and it's not enough anymore. I mean, it's not. You cannot fit the cars that are parking.
With the Christmas markets, another initiative recently that is become very successful, I guess. Yeah, so
it's been very successful, but in order to be able to go and visit the Christmas market, you have to plan ahead. You have to leave your car somewhere, maybe away from the village, and then maybe there isn't. In the past 2 years, it has been appointed a bus to take you from the parking point
to the Christmas market.
Main point of the village in order to avoid traffic. But it still creates issue, and the other part is in order to create the jobs is to give motives to people to go to to the mountain, to the villages.
Because that is my main issue, how we can use tourism, which is our industry, of course, but how we can use tourism as a tool in order to reverse that trend of depopulation from rural areas, because that's the main, that should be our main policy, isn't it? Like,
exactly.
To bring people back to our villages, back to rural regions.
Exactly. It is one of the biggest problems we face as well, finding staff for the hotel, finding staff that they will stay in the hotel and not leave after 6 months, or maybe when the summer season comes, they will go to the seashore.
Yeah.
So we have to find ways to create opportunities and give them the motivation to stay in the village. Not only Casale Panayiotis. Now,
we're talking broadly. Casale Panayiotis is an example. Like
it's the example, yes. But it could be, for example, Prodromos. Now, a big project is going in Prodromos with Berengaria. So,
Berengaria,
and others that in Platres, many hotels have been renovated.
So there is a movement. There is something going on. But
yes, which is good. But how all these hotels will be manned, that's another topic which is...
So staff will be an issue, So maybe we need broader policies that will complement it with tourism development, tourism development, generally creative incentives for young people
exactly.
to stay there.
Because for younger people especially, it's difficult to go to live in the mountain, in a village, a small village.
I was going through for our discussion. I was going through some initiatives other countries have done. For example, maybe you're aware of the Italian model that they give like €1 houses that you need to renovate and stay there for. I don't know if those could work in our case, but or do you have anything in your mind that could work as an incentive or as a policy that could bring people back to the village? And
there are incentives for people that want to live in mountainous areas with subsidies for renovation or even buying a house, especially if they're buying a house. But this for people that work in the industry, which is in shorter term than that, and they don't really look forward to buy a house, or they want to rent maybe or stay somewhere for some years. There should be some type of incentive, I guess, or maybe from the ministry to give an incentive to the hotels that are in that areas somehow, either for in the salary or in their accommodation at least, to be something that they can really make them consider coming to the mountain and work there. I don't know. I'm not the expert on that, but they could find
out
some
ideas.
ways,
Maybe
yes.
some of them could work. Because we're an island destination. Maybe we could learn from other destinations. Sure. What have they done in order to move to that direction?
Yes.
One issue with sustainability, I think, is that how we can measure the progress. Do you think are there any measures or how we can monitor sustainability, or how we can see the development or the improvement on the sustainability front on a hotel property, for example?
Yes, it was one of my biggest challenges when I first
because in order to convince a businessman to invest into sustainability practices,
he needs to see some numbers.
He needs to see some numbers, and he needs to realize that this is something. It's good for the environment, but it's good for my hotel as well.
I will tell you, when I first started this project, we said, okay, what is the higher standard of sustainability certification that we can get? So we researched a little bit. We found that GSTC, which is the Global Sustainability Tourism Council, is the highest.
They have some criteria that they...
full of criteria. Yeah. It's amazing how many they have. So we aimed for that, and we said, okay, this is what we will do. And the first thing they ask is monitor, put numbers down. And not only from the day that you start, but they wanted for us to keep record from 3 years before that. wherever we could at least.
Ah.
So what I had to do when I first started, I had to find, for example, the electricity bills dated back to 2018 for all the months, plus the water bills, plus the gas or kerosene that we used. So I had to keep a track and keep record of all this, the past 3 years, which I was not actually at the hotel back then. I had to find all the data, put them down, and then starting to record also from the day I started forward.
So you can see the improvement, or you can see the...
You can see the difference year to year. Now, in order to register somewhere, you need to find, there are many applications, many programs. We have one that works very nicely with us, and we put all the details there, the data, including energy, water, gas, oil, cooking oil that we also gather, organic waste, landfill waste, batteries, glass. What else could it be? I don't remember now, but many. You put all those things together, and then you also put data like the guests per month, the rooms per month, the actual area of the hotel, and then it has formulas that can create per guest or per room the consumption of or the carbon footprint that you have on those per month or per year, how you want to do it. Also, you have we measure our suppliers' chain kilometers, which is also very important. We're trying to have suppliers as close to us as possible to preserve the locality of our project, of our products, and we are proud to have very we are connected to the local
suppliers.
Yes.
Yeah.
First of all,
which also they support the local economy.
Yes.
That
the average distance kilometers in Cyprus is 39. I mean the average distance between the
hotel and the supplier.
Yes, and then supplying. But most of our suppliers are around the area, including our vegetables and fruits, which are basically, we cultivate them in our own orchard, and it's like 5 kilometers away from the hotel. And it's our very own orchard, which provides us with oranges, apples, grapes, kiwi, tomatoes, cucumber, many veggies and
which
fruits.
They feed into your supply chain. Yeah?
It's a complete circle, because the fruits come from our orchard, we use them in our restaurants. The leftovers and
they compost it.
They go to the compost goes back to the orchard. So it's a full circle.
Circular economy, like
yes.
Exactly. This is the perfect cycle. Especially, I would like to bring on the issue of water management, because I think we suffered the last couple of years from water shortages, and
yes.
Especially hotels are properties that they use a lot of water, in the kitchen, in swimming pools and other areas. This is an issue of particular interest. Do you face the same issue? No, how do you deal with that? Or?
We have the same issues. We have shortages as well. The water in the hotel is fully drinkable, and it's tested every 3 months and on a regular basis, and it's drinkable. The tap water in the rooms, guests can drink. So what we do, upon check-in, we give them a flask, reusable flask. They can take it with them. They can always use this one for water, avoiding any plastic bottle whatsoever. We don't have anyone anyway in the rooms, or we avoid using it in the restaurants as well, unless the guests ask for it. Otherwise, we have our own clay carafes. We put water from the tap, and we use that one. So in that sense, this is one of our actions regarding the water. We also have our own BioClean system, which basically converts 100% of gray water into water suitable for irrigation of the nearby gardens of
Gardens.
yes, it can be used for irrigation, and it's been used for irrigation around the.
So you save a lot, tons of water in that front
Yeah,
as
we
well. so
reuse it
reuse it.
in one sense.
Do you feel like that the local community, is it engaged enough? Are they aware of your initiatives, or are they supportive of your sustainability efforts? You as a specific hotel, so generally as society in Cyprus, like are we aware of the challenges? Or
It is part. Our ESG program includes also a lot of community work with the Casale Panayiotis City Council, with the local entrepreneurs, which also are. We are all in the same ecosystem, and we want them to be successful as much as we want to be
because
successful.
nothing can work on its own. You
Of
have to have
course.
like an ecosystem that
Yes.
supports these efforts. Because when we're talking about sustainability, it's not about only the environment. It's also about the social sustainability part of the
All of it,
of
yes.
the equation. And on that front, there are a lot of things that hotels can do. How do you integrate that local traditions or crafts into your
We
into
have
your operation?
we are very proud about our actions in that. In what sense? We involve a lot of the local residents, villagers that are many years there. We include them in our own activities, which our guests take part in. For example, we have beekeeping workshops where we have a person that takes them to his field and does the beekeeping there. We have other colleagues that do the village tour and or the halloumi making workshop, which also is included into the activities that guests can have in our hotel. There is also biking and walking, trekking that they can do and meet the village, the tracks, the natural scenery, and to do that also with any of the locals that are there. So we include them, we involve them, we do synergies with many of the.
This is important because local people then they feel that they're part of the ecosystem. Also, they can understand that how they can benefit as well from the sustainability efforts, and they are supportive of it. Yeah, so because it's a continuous effort.
Yes, when it comes to sustainability, and many people ask, more typical like, what is your carbon footprint measurement? What is your, the numbers are good and you have them, and that's very nice. And you need to have the numbers in order to be able to measure. But the actual benefit of a sustainable ecosystem is the fact that you revived the village. You brought people back to the village, to a village that was no one was staying other than all people that were it was their home, and you brought youth. You brought people that work and they made their own business now, and they work and they thrive. And the village now it's reoperating. So this is for me the biggest example of our biggest accomplishment when it comes to the sustainable practices.
Excellent. Part of my research interest is some research that I recently undertaken regarding destination marketing and management organizations, and one of the main advantage of those organizations, which can be public or private or public-private, is that they work as a coordinator of those efforts on the sustainability front, but also because the sustainability issues we're discussing here is also they're part of the, I think, destination management issues that we can operate. One thing is sustainability. The other thing that it's been happening, it's not a Cypriot problem. Mostly it's problem that you can see it happening in big cities like Venice or very popular destinations like over tourism. Yeah.
Yes.
So we don't face that issue yet. So maybe occasionally or seasonally, but sustainability should be one aspect of that more coordinated efforts. Do you think that there is a focal, like this organization such as a DMO that is coordinating all this effort, or in many cases you feel like these efforts on sustainability front and other destination management issues could be better coordinated on a region or a island-wide?
Maybe nationwide would be better, because in our parts, we don't face yet this issue that you are talking about, over population or over tourism. But it's not. I don't think it's very far away from it. Especially, for example, Christmas, Christmas villages, which is the people visiting. It's enormous now, and the numbers are huge. And there is this let's say, I will say it. This challenge of going that way, which then it might hurt the actual product that you have
and the experience of the visitor.
Yes, the overall experience of the guest. Yes, because if you cannot find somewhere to park or to stay or to have relax somewhere, because it's very, very busy, then the experience is not what you hoped for.
For sure.
But we are not there yet, and hopefully we will not go up to there. And hopefully what will happen, in my opinion, what would be the ideal scenario is to spread more into many other areas as well, in order to people to circulate between one village to the other, and this bottleneck, if you want, to be relieved to many places.
My idea for this discussion we're having today, Akis, it was also about that sustainability, but also destination management. In what sense? Because we know that the coastal front in Cyprus, it's already well developed.
Yes.
Yeah, many hotels are being built constantly. So now I think the next level we should get to is like how we can develop other areas of the island that are not densely populated, that are declining, and basically spread the benefits of tourism to other regions as well. Because at the moment now, the specific regions who are benefiting from the tourism activity, how we can spread those benefits to rural regions, how we can
there are some steps that have been made. For example, some hotels are renovated in mountainous area, like in Platres. The renovation that happens in Prodromos, which you have the feeling that there is a movement and
something is happening.
Yeah, something is happening, which is extremely good. It might look that we gain some competition, but competition is never a bad thing. It only helps you become better, a better version of yourself, in order to elevate your product. So people are more happy with your product, and they choose you in order to come for their vacation. So once you have more options, more people will be able to visit. Everyone will try to become more competitive in a good way, and at the end of the day, this will help the mountainous region to improve, to level up, to become a much more quality destination for visitors to come.
There are a lot of initiatives taking place because Cyprus is not in the mind of the visitor, of the incoming tourist, is not a mountainous resort.
Yes.
When they think about Cyprus, they think about the beach, the sun. Yeah.
Yes.
So we have to put more effort in order to place Cyprus as a year-round destination. That there are other things you can do and you can see.
Exactly. There are countries which already have this kind of
strategy or
yes. Yeah. For example, we work a lot with Israelis, a lot. And they come for, we have people that come individually just for vacation for a couple of days to stay in the mountain, but also it's a very popular wedding destination. for small weddings. So this already is a thriving business for us when we speak about, for example, Israel. We have also the Russian market of Russians who already live in Cyprus, who are a very big market for us. Because they...
Actually, I was talking with a student of mine before, and he told me like he visited your hotel.
Yeah.
He stayed a couple of nights. I said, okay.
Yes, because if they find out about the hotel, they will realize there is a new world that they didn't know about. When you come to Cyprus, the only thing the majority of the people come and they say, okay, the sun, Agia Napa, Protaras, Paphos, the beach, Limassol. But it's a completely different scenery, and it's a completely different scenery which is just 1 hour and a half from the beach. So
that's the advantage of the island like Cyprus.
Advantage. Yes,
good.
It's so easy to combine everything. I mean, there is no better way to stay.
So staying in a mountain could be like part of a bigger product.
Of course.
Let's stay a couple of days on the shore, on the seaside, and then move to
of
mountain.
Course.
Yeah.
There could, I don't know, it could be also now if there could be a route for the wineries, not only ours, but the many wineries, the many high quality wineries that Cyprus has, it could be a route where visitors, wine lovers can visit, hop from one winery to the other. Maybe stay one night in a hotel in the village, whatever, Casale Panayiotis or whichever. It doesn't have to be only us. In order to create this market also. And then there are possibilities, many possibilities.
And I was thinking also the fact that of the climate change, that temperatures are increasing. So perhaps that will also have an effect on tourism patterns. So perhaps developing rural regions could be a complementary product that will save us or help us.
Although it looks like it benefits us, we would never trade the fact that people would choose the mountain because it's cooler with the fact that we are getting hot every year with the whole situation with the environment. Hopefully we will reverse, if not reverse, neutralize at some point, if possible, and we don't have these increases. But yes, it is also...
it is destined to happen, I guess. So, and we are in a part of the world that will be affected by the increase of temperature, for sure. I mean,
I can tell you this. The first year I was in Casale Panayiotis, end of August, you needed a jacket at night. Yesterday I was in Casale Panayiotis at night. It was chilly, but I was like with just one small, with no jacket, and it was okay. And it's November.
So you can tell a difference
3 years
even within the time frame of 3 years, for sure. If you could see in the future, like in 5 years from now or 10 years from now, what would be an ideal situation of rural development? I guess some of the infrastructure projects to have finished, I guess,
yes.
So that can improve the connectivity.
Yes, connectivity is definitely the first one. People from Larnaca Airport to be able to connect easier to the mountainous areas. So connectivity is the first infrastructure.
I even wrote down the distances from two airports. You're 112 kilometers from Larnaca and 75 from Paphos. Yeah. So.
Yes. Yeah. But Paphos, it's a more difficult route to come from. So it takes too much. Yeah. It takes a long time. The connectivity, a little bit of connectivity to the villages in terms of recycling, gathering recycling. We have to also, recycling obviously we need and we have to do it, but it's not recycling now anymore. It's more than that. We have to find ways to regenerate, to create, not only to reduce our waste, but reuse whatever we have to and use items that are not needed to be recycled after, that can be either disposed in the environment with no effect at all.
So the next step is not just recycle, it's reuse.
Yes. Reuse and regenerate. This is our next big, let's say,
project or phase of
yes, it's to introduce regenerative agriculture to our orchard, and this we are trying. We are not there yet, but we are trying through trainings to do it with the help of the Cyprus Environmental Foundation, which is a very active organization here in Cyprus in sustainability and environmental matters. They do a lot of trainings regarding regenerative agriculture. So we are trying to be a part of it to reduce our invasive techniques, minimize or even completely abandon invasive techniques into the
cultivation or
yes, to the soil. Yes.
So basically, we can use tourism as a tool that we can use to regenerate the whole region into whether that's agriculture, whether that's
and
local crafts.
Yes, and vice versa. Then and also the suppliers, by doing so, by using regenerative or sustainable practices, all the suppliers who supply the hospitality chain, it supports each other. So it is our responsibility also in the hotel business to choose wisely our suppliers and choose the ones that use this kind of techniques and these kind of practices, even if that means that it can be a little bit more cost effective for us, but the actual overall result is it's much better.
Positive. And I think technology has a role to play. Yeah, so we have the technology, we have the tools to use to enforce those practices. Okay, so I would like to close that our discussion by saying that it's inspiring to see how sustainability isn't just about protecting only the nature or the environment. It's also about protecting people and also about protecting our culture, I guess. Yeah. So and the sense of place that makes rural Cyprus so special, because one of the biggest advantages that Cyprus has, it's the culture, it's the local people, it's the friendliness of the local people, and this should be our differentiating factor from other destinations. So we should invest in that front and create. We already have our unique identity, but reinforce that unique identity we have.
It is indeed very important. Sustainability is all these things. It's the environment, it's the society that we live into, the culture that we have, the people that we work with, or we have our guests, and and also the internal governance of our hotel or whatever business it is. Create the equal opportunities for everyone, equal chances to develop, support multicultural and ethnicities, respect all religions and everything, and also support the local and promote the local inheritance we have. I will give you just an example. All our rooms in Casale Panayiotis, all the rooms have handcraft. How do you call them now? I'm trying to find a way.
Local laces and
yes, which have been done by local artists, or furniture, or the doors are still the old ones that we were using in the
50s and
yes, even if that means that the insulation is not the best, we keep, because we need to keep the identity,
the local color, the
local.
And I think sustainability also can work also as a can provide also opportunities for new startups, for new companies, for new business ideas.
Yes,
I think so. It's not only reinforcing the older industries, but come up with new business ideas.
It's completely out of the box. Today, I exchanged some emails with one company that is based in Greece and very, very soon will be starting operating in Cyprus as well. They they take the leftover of the coffee and they create cosmetics with that based on coffee. Not only that, we were thinking of trying to find a formula because they can also, they told me at least, we have to discuss about it more because now it's we are in the process of finding opportunities. They can also use molds in order to make, for example, flip-flops from
used coffee.
From used coffee, it's into a degradable type of, I wouldn't say plastic, but something, a substitute of it or something. And what a better way to find a way to reverse, for example, the flip-flops you use in the spa, which is usually plastic. By the way, the ones that we have in the hotel is from cork. It costs 5 times more than the average generic plastic slipper that most of the hotels have all around Cyprus. It costs 5 times more, but we use cork because it's degradable. They can take it with them. It's nice. It's a very nice material, and even if you throw it, let's say, out,
something the customers can take away with them.
Yes.
Because now that you mentioned it, I have another question. Actually, because many people consider becoming sustainable more expensive.
It is.
But as an investment or is it worth it? Is it something that companies can move towards?
It is worth it. Yes, I will tell you in what sense. It has an initial cost investment, but anyway, the trend now in the tour operators all around the world.
Customers are asking for it.
They are asking for it. They not only asking, some of them, they demand. And they want to see if you are actually certified in any type of sustainability organization or certification or something.
So it's a prerequisite for many tour operators to...
Yes. And eventually...
And individual customers, I guess,
I will give you an example from us.
Yeah.
We invested a lot of effort, money, time. We never said why we did that. We continue to do that. We developed a very nice relationship with the CEF, which is the Cyprus Environmental Foundation. And what happened after? They had a conference from all around the world. So they said, okay, we will do it to you because you are the most sustainable.
So you see, so it created a business opportunity.
You create business opportunities,
right,
exactly. So
it's a good investment.
Yes, it will
in the business sense as well, but also from the...
Plus, there is also one other aspect, which I don't know when it will happen in Cyprus. Eventually, they said it, at some point in Cyprus also, you will be charged by the amount of garbage you will throw. The pay-as-you-throw system, which it's not active yet. At some point, it will get active.
It will materialize. It will happen.
And then the more proactive you are towards it, the better it will be for you when this will be.
So not to be a follower, just act proactively. I guess that's it. Thank you very much, Akis, for our discussion. Thank you very much for visiting UCLan Cyprus, and thank you for being part of our podcast series.
It was my pleasure. You are all welcome to Casale Panayiotis to see from up close our actions. Our doors are always open to people who are interested to see what we are doing, to show them what we are doing, but to also get some more examples from others. So we are open to give and to get some information regarding sustainability and always be part of it in a good way.
Our discussion was an inspiration. Thank you very much, Akis.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.